everyone, Clueless Crafts here, and I'm back again with another easy clay animal tutorial. The first animal is going to be a monkey. So I'm starting out with a ball of dark brown clay for the head and some light brown for the face. So I'm taking this light brown ball and I'm making an indent, then squishing it between my fingers until it kind of looks like the letter B. And once I'm happy with how it looks, I'm just smoothing it out onto the head so I can use the same brown color for the mouth and nose. So I'm just taking another ball of clay, rolling it out slightly into a log and flattening onto the head. Then I'm just adding a cute little button nose on top. I'm using my silicone tool to draw a smile for the mouth, and then I'm adding some indents for the eyes and some black clay to go in them. The ears are simple as well. We're just taking the dark and light brown clay and squishing them together on top of each other, then adding on either side of the head. And now we can move on to our monkey's body. So I'm rolling out a ball of clay into a cone or cylinder-like shape. Then I'm taking the lighter brown clay and adding it to make a tummy. Now for the legs and arms, I'm going to keep them all the same, so I'm just rolling out 2 logs of clay and splitting them in half. And I'm taking 4 balls of the light brown clay and making indents for the fingers and toes. And now I just need to connect everything together. The last thing our monkey needs is a tail, so I'm just rolling out another log, making sure that one end is tapered and curving it slightly. Then I'm just attaching that to the body. Now this monkey looked like it was missing something, so I decided to give it a banana. So I'm just taking a ball of yellow clay and rolling it out on both sides, drawing some lines, and adding a piece of brown clay for the stem. And the banana looks just perfect in the monkey's hands. Now just need to bake it in the oven according to your clay package instructions, and our monkey is done! Next up, I'm going to make an elephant. I'm starting off with a ball of gray clay, and then I'm going to need 4 balls of the same clay for the legs. So we can just roll all those out into cylinders, and then we'll squish down one end. And that end will be the end that we connect to the body. I'm also using my silicone tool and taking my time to blend all of the edges together. And this is what's really gonna make your elephant look like an elephant. So I suggest taking your time doing this. Now that our elephant is all blended, it's time to add the head. And this is gonna be super easy. We're just taking a ball of clay and rolling out one end, which will turn into the elephant's trunk. And once you have that rolled out into the length you want, make an indent on the end of the trunk and curve it slightly to give it a more natural shape. Then I'm just attaching that to the body and blending them together. Some indents for eyes, and now for ears. All that's needed is 2 balls of clay flattened out between your fingers. And you want to make sure that the edges are nice and thin to make it look more natural. Then I'm just placing on either side of the face, and you can't forget that tail. Then finally finishing off our elephant with some black clay for the eyes. And I think this elephant turned out super cute, and it's definitely a project anyone can do. Next on our list is the dolphin, which is super simple to make. You'll need a ball of light blue clay and 3 small balls of light blue clay. Now starting off with the big ball, let's roll it out on one end until it's nice and elongated. And once it's long enough, place your finger a little bit from the edge and press down and roll. I'm taking a blade and I'm cutting our back fin in half. Then I'll just take my finger and flatten each individual half and shape them into triangles so it looks more like a dolphin tail. And once you're done, it should look something like this. Now the only thing left to do for this piece of clay is to shape the dolphin's nose. To do that, I'm pinching the bottom half of the head into a narrow rounded shape, rolling it between my fingers until I'm happy with it. You can also take this time to smooth out your dolphin before adding on the other details. Speaking of, we're going to be using those 3 balls of clay and create 3 triangle shapes. So I'm flattening them between my fingers and I'm pinching at 3 corners, while making sure to slightly curve the shape before I place it on the dolphin. And after placing them, I'm making sure to blend using my silicone sculpting tool to ensure that the dolphin looks like it's one continuous piece. The last step is to add indents for eyes and black clay to go in them. And with that, our dolphin is done. And the last animal on the list is an eagle, which was actually a suggestion from Jacinda Perkins, so thank you for the idea. So for this eagle, I'm starting out with a ball of brown clay and rolling that out into a thick cylinder. This is also when I tried to add texture to make it look more like feathers, but you should probably save this until the end, as I ended up rubbing the texture away as I added more details. so don't waste your time like I did. Now I'm taking a ball of white clay and adding that right on top. Then with the ballpoint tool, I'm just dragging down the white clay over top of the brown clay so it looks more like what an eagle head should look like. Alright, so moving on to the eagle's tail, I'm taking 2 balls of white clay and rolling them out into logs with tapered ends. Then I'm folding each in half and joining them together. And now to flatten them onto the eagle's back and shape them into place. Now these are supposed to look like the eagle's feather tails, so hopefully that's how they come across to you. I'm also adding 2 balls of brown clay on either side of the eagle for its legs. And moving on to its wings, let's take a ball of brown clay and we're going to shape them into a teardrop shape by pinching one end and flattening the other. You want to make it look like this, and then you want to make 2 of them. Then just add them on either side of the eagle. And now for its feet. Some yellow clay, just shape them into thick triangles and make some indents for the eagle's claws. Some indents for eyes, and my goal is to make it look slightly angry since that's how all eagles seem to look. So I'm just pushing down on the top to make it look like it has a meaner brow. Then I'm just filling in those eyes with some black clay. Now these eagle wings just kind of looked a bit too flimsy to me, so I decided to add another layer. I made the same wings as before, but this time I made 2 cuts into them to mimic the looks of feathers. Then I placed these directly on top of the original wings, and I think it looks much better. But after baking, this is what our finished eagle looks like. Alright, that's all I have for you guys today. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a like or comment below on which animal you want to see in the next video. But other than that, hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you all later. Bye!